Improvement Commission hearing of December 22nd, 2016. The first public hearing, item number 1, on a petition by the neighborhood abutters for a square dedication concerning the intersection of Bennington Street and Layden Street, East Boston, recognizing Mr. Alfred Buddy Mangini. This was new business on December 8th, 2016. Joe?
Hi, Chief. So there's a petition from the residents of East Boston to name the intersection of Bennington and Layden Street after Buddy Mangini. He was a longtime community activist, organizing founder of the Columbus Day Parade, Holiday Parade in East Boston, a bunch of other nonprofit Kiwanis Club, Key Club organizations, and just a very active and staple member of the East Boston community, and we just want to honor him.
So, since this is a public hearing, if you could identify yourself.
Oh, my name is Joseph Ruggiero. I'm a resident of East Boston, Orient Heights.
Thank you.
Any comments or questions by the committee?
No, Ed, I had some questions about the veterans, and if those were satisfied.
So I checked it out, and I have a map showing where the Veteran Square is in relation to it, so it's pretty,
Staff recommendation.
it's approved.
Very good. Any comments by anyone in the audience?
Commission, Michael Sinatra, Chief of Staff of Council Lamatino. We'd like to go on record in support of this.
Thank you so much. I'll entertain a motion.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the petition by the neighborhood abutters for a square dedication concerning the intersection of Bennington Street and Layden Street, East Boston, recognizing Mr. Alfred Buddy Mangini.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Thank you, Joe. Public hearing, item number 2, on a petition by the City of Boston Parks and Recreation Department for making specific repairs within Sleeper Street, South Boston, located on its northwesterly side, southwest of Seaport Boulevard, consisting of curb, roadway, sidewalk, and pedestrian ramp reconstruction, as well as the new and relocated street trees, street furniture, storm drain infrastructure, irrigation infrastructure, and landscaping. This was new business on December 8th, 2016. This item is as shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Specific Repairs Plan, Sleeper Street, Children's Wharf Park, South Boston, 2 sheets dated November 2016.
Good morning, Commissioner and Commissioners. My name is John Schmidt with Niche Engineering, and with me is Lauren Bryant from Parks Department and Christopher from MBVA, Landscape Architect. We were here 2 weeks ago to introduce you to this project. It's Children's Wharf Park that will be a public park owned and maintained by the City of Boston Parks Department. The action before you today is specific repair improvements of the public way. We are maintaining the existing curb line, but we are reconstructing the sidewalks in that area to introduce street trees, bicycle parking, and other public improvements.
Comments or questions?
John, we've approved the changes that you're going to make. Is has site plan been submitted to us for this?
The plan was submitted and reviewed by your staff a month or so ago. We filed a notice of intent yesterday. We hope to have the hearing January 4th, and we'll be sending the BWC a revised application in the next week or so.
That's good. And make sure that the structures out there that are within the park that we own are not covered up.
Correct.
That I know that people like to look at those things and say, this isn't the greatest thing to have in the park, but just make sure that's happening.
State access will be provided and maintained.
Thank you.
As a public hearing, again, roughly when will this work start and finish?
We're anticipating construction to start in the spring, and then we think it'll be approximately 1 year of construction.
Do you need any support from any of your sister agencies, whether it is Public Works or Transportation, for this?
Currently, I believe we're coordinating with everyone that we need to coordinate with. We're currently working with Public Works, BRA, and others to coordinate. I believe we have everything that needs to be done.
They'll be back in January for a discontinuance of a portion of Sleeper Street.
Correct.
Amy or Todd? No. Okay. Anyone in the audience with any comments? I'll entertain the motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the petition by City of Boston Parks and Recreation Department for making specific repairs within Sleeper Street in South Boston, as described and read into the record by the chair. shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, a specific repairs plan for Sleeper Street and Children's Wharf Park in South Boston. There were 2 sheets and they're dated November 2016.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
Thank you.
Yes. Public hearing item number 3, on a petition by the President and Fellows of Harvard College for the widening, relocation, and extension of the Stadium Road, a private way open to public travel in Brighton from Western Avenue to a point southerly at the proposed Science Drive. This was new business on December 8th, 2016. This item is as shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, widening, relocation, and extension, Stadium Road, private way, open to public travel, Alston, 2 sheets dated November 17, 2016.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the commission. I'm Peter Kohansky from Goulston and Storrs. I'm here on behalf of Harvard University, joined by Joe Began, who's Harvard's Senior Manager for Transportation, as well as Mark Younghans and Mike Regan from VHB, the engineers for this roadway work. Harvard has submitted 5 petitions in support of work in the area of Western Avenue and Alston, all in conjunction with the construction of the Science and Engineering Complex. 3 of the petitions request approval for the creation of private ways open to public travel that will provide access to and around the new building and will ultimately be part of the wider street network that's part of Harvard's master plan for Alston. The other 2 petitions will be first the grant of pedestrian easements over Western Avenue to allow for the full width of sidewalks in the area, and the final petition is for approval of specific repairs along Western Avenue. We have received letters of support from the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services and from the BPDA. They've been submitted to staff. So this first petition is for the widening and relocation of Stadium Road. The new layout runs south from Western Avenue to intersect with the new Science Drive, which is one of the other new roadways that are coming next. Before we run through the plan for Stadium Road, I can turn it over to Joe Began, who can give a very quick overview of Harvard's master plan in the area.
Thank you. My name is Joe Began. I'm the Senior Manager for Transportation for Harvard University. The roadway, the improvements that are in front of you today are a piece of our larger institutional master plan that was developed and approved in 2013, specific to an amendment related to the Science and Engineering Complex. They will provide additional circulation around the site, as well as start to break down some of the blocks and create greater permeability. These improvements have also been coordinated with larger projects that are out there, like the I-90 improvement project. So they're seen in this bigger context, and really the first steps in developing new complete streets in this area. I think, given the schedule and everything, I'd like to just kind of end the comments there, and if you have any further questions, they'd be helpful for that.
So Mark, you want to walk us through the first petition, which is Stadium Road?
The first petition is for Stadium Road. Stadium Road is an extension and widening relocation of existing Stadium Road, which is an existing paper street. Stadium Road extends from Western Avenue along the east side of what's being referred to as the Science and Engineering Complex, which is the building in mid-construction here. And then the second leg of Stadium Road actually follows what has been called Rotterdam Street on some plans. It's actually not really a street, it's an old private layout from the Mass Turnpike Authority that we own the site. So we're creating public rights from here all the way to here with Stadium Road. There's a laying out establishment grade plan package. Stadium Road includes a couple of features that are notable. It includes a particularly wide sidewalk on the eastern edge because this corner of the science building is really anticipated to be the connection with the balance of the business school campus. And so there'll be a lot of shuttle activity, bike activity, pedestrian activity. So this sort of asymmetrical layout provides the room for those things to happen. It includes a bike pathway that extends into the campus, sidewalks, permeable pavers on the edge, new lighting, new trees. The The streetscape vernacular that's here, the lighting, the pavers, the landscaping matches what's being installed on Western Avenue. So when you move from the existing public street to this private street open to public travel, you won't sense a difference in, oh, I'm on a different kind of street. So this all matches. And of course, this is all going to be maintained by Harbor, and the lights are going to be lit by Harbor. That is Stadium Road. Any questions?
Mark, Stadium Road, when it does the dog leg to your left, right there, further up, will that street continue? Or that layout or whatever?
Well, it exists as a street right now, curbs and sidewalks.
What is the name of that street?
It doesn't have a name. It's an existing physical street, but from a layout point of view, it doesn't exist.
As long as when you come in the future to clean up that confusion, it cannot be named Stadium Road.
It can't.
It cannot, okay? Because in your locus map, it makes it look as if Stadium Road on your locus map.
Right. In this configuration, these are the beginning pieces of a larger roadway network that's coordinated. So this piece will actually go away when we lay it out the next time, and Stadium Road will continue.
As
Yes.
long as you don't have a T intersection that has stadium on all three sides.
Right. The only reason we did this is because we wanted to have continuous public
That's fine,
access.
just, even though they're private ways,
Yes,
it's
for
still
public
exists.
access.
Will you be putting banners on your street lights? Joe, in the future, will there be banners on your street light poles? And if so, will you carry that theme to the street lights which you are installing on Western Ave?
Right now, there's no plans for that, but so we haven't looked at that question.
Any questions or comments?
Yeah, we've reviewed all of these streets, these new streets, to make sure that they have proper drainage utilities, and all of them have been designed, and we've approved them all.
Very good. Amy or Todd? Any comments from the audience on this? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the petition by the President and Fellows of Harvard College for the widening and relocation extension of Stadium Road, a private way open to public travel, as described and read into the record by the Chair. Shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, widening and relocation and extension of Stadium Road in Alston. The two sheets are dated November 17th, 2016.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Public hearing item number 4, on a joint petition by the President and Fellows of Harvard College and the Harvard Real Estate Alston Incorporated for the layout approval of a new private way open to public travel known as Academic Way, Brighton, from North Harvard Street, South Campus Drive to a point south of Western Ave at the proposed Science Drive. This was new business on December 8th, 2016. This item is as shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Layout Plan, Academic Way, Private Way, Open to Public Travel, Alston, 2 sheets dated November 17, 2016.
Thank you. Peter Kohansky on behalf of Harvard University again. This second petition is for the layout of Academic Way from North Harvard Street to Western Avenue, and then from Western Avenue along the west side of the site to the new Science Drive, which will be laid out next.
Just to clear up any confusion before we start, it's referred to as Academic Way, northeast section, southerly section, north and south. This is all Academic Way. It's one name the whole way, and actually the way that the private street layout is composed, it's actually a continuous layout the whole way. Academic Way is very similar to Stadium Road in the way that it's laid out. It includes a number of features. It includes a multi-use path on the easterly edge, which actually extends all the way from North Harvard Street, connecting to Rena Park, which was just completed, so this is bike and pedestrian path. Academic Way North lines up with South Campus Drive, which was established as part of the continuum development on the corner in that roadway network. The same sorts of features as far as lighting and landscaping, and trees, street furniture that we saw on Stadium Road. We spent an extensive amount of time with both the Boston Transportation Department and the Mayor's Office of Disabilities, kind of massaging the fine points of the design, making sure that the paver widths and sidewalk widths and the sight lines and the layout as a whole met their standards.
Henry Todd? Anyone in the audience? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the joint petition by the President and Fellows of Harvard College and Harvard Real Estate Alston for laying out an approval of Academic Way in Brighton. It's described and read to the record by the Chair. Is shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, a layout plan for Academic Way in Alston, and the two sheets are dated November 17th, 2016.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Public hearing item number 5, on the joint petition by the President and Fellows of Harvard College and Harvard Real Estate, Alston Incorporated, for the layout approval of a new private way, open to public travel, known as Science Drive, Brighton, from the terminus of the proposed Academic Way to the terminus of the proposed extension of Stadium Road. This was new business on December 8th, 2016. This item is as shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Layout Plan, Science Drive, Private Way, Open to Public Travel, Alston, one sheet dated November 17th, 2016.
Thank you, Peter Kohansky for Harvard University. Third petition is for the layout of Science Drive at the south end of the site from the new Academic Way to the new Stadium Road.
Science Drive completes the loop around the Science and Engineering Complex. So we have complete public access rights. One of the interesting things about Science Drive as we went through the process is we started with a roadway that used the Marina Park connection as a south sidewalk. And in the end, one of the comments we got is that they wanted this to be a regular roadway section. So we modified it to include sidewalks on both sides and provide sort of an independent system from the bike connections around Marina Park, which in the end makes it a more predictable publicly accessible street. Once again, this also includes the utilities that serve the science building, connections to existing buildings on Travis Street, and the parking and building access for the science building.
Can you walk us through again how the bike network works, how this integrates?
There's an existing bike path that was established, or mixed-use path, 12-foot wide, pedestrians and bicycles. It begins over here on Western Avenue, providing an alternate way into the campus. In its first phase, it connected up here on South Campus Drive to Western Avenue. Under what we're calling the Enabling Roadways Project, it has a connection on the east side, aside from all the sidewalks we have otherwise, a connection on the east side comes down Academic Way in the northerly section, down the balance of Academic Way. All the crosswalks and the bike ramps that serve the bike path or the mixed-use path are oversized, but not the standard size of the bucket. Crosswalks as well, and then connects into the Marina Path network, which actually extends down here all the way to North Harvard Street at this end. There's also a further bike connection. These connect here along what is now Stadium Road, which will connect out to existing Yates Street. And then in the future, these projects stop sort of here. This is the end of the layout. We're going to be back to the PSC in probably about 6 months' time, because the design for 114 Western, which is included in this as an overall institutional master plan project, is still being worked out and completed, and we're going to come back with the next section of this, which will complete the picture and the connection. So if someone wants to get from here to here or from here to here, they have another choice other than going through this intersection and being on Western Avenue.
Other questions or comments? So, questions or comments from the audience? I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the petition of the President and Fellows of Harvard College and Harvard Real Estate Alston for the layout and approval of a new private way known as Science Drive, Brighton, from the terminus of the proposed Academic Way to the terminus of the proposed extension of Stadium Road. as shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division Layout Plan, Science Drive Private Way, open to public travel, Alston, one sheet dated November 17th, 2016.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Public hearing item number 6, on a joint petition by the President and Fellows of Harvard College and Harvard Real Estate, Alston Incorporated, for the acceptance of pedestrian easements adjacent to Western Avenue, Brighton, located on both sides, generally east of Travis Street. This was new business on December 8th, 2016. This item is as shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Pedestrian Easement, Western Avenue, Alston, one sheet dated November 16th, 2016.
Thank you. Peter Kohansky for Harvard University. This fourth petition is for the acceptance of pedestrian easements along Western Avenue. The easement areas will grant to the public the right to pedestrian travel over the full width of sidewalks and related facilities on Harvard land. Adjacent to the specific repairs, which is the next petition that will be within the public way. Under the grant of easement instrument, Harvard would retain the right to use the areas above and below the pedestrian easement areas, but would coordinate with the city when it does any future work in the easement area, and will pull any necessary permits from the city if they ever need to obstruct the easement area. Mark.
I'll have to do a little bit of the next action to get this one explained. The existing Western Avenue corridor, if you went there today, includes bike lanes, parking, and 2 travel lanes, and sidewalks, reasonably modest sidewalks, what's out here. Under the enabling roadway improvements, the Harvard is proposing off-street bicycle facilities, essentially a cycle track, improve sidewalk widths, landscaping, edges, and once you put all those pieces together, we need more right-of-way width than we have. So in order to make up for the deficit in right-of-way width, we're proposing pedestrian easements on both sides of Western Avenue to support and to capture these improvements and provide a public right of access along Western Avenue. So this will be pedestrian easements given by Harvard on Harvard-owned land to the city for public pedestrian use.
Joe, the cycle tracks on Western Avenue, after the build out, is it going to be on both sides or
Yes.
on?
Yeah, it will transition as you get towards the east into buffered bike lanes, but in this area.
But within your project limits, it will be on both sides?
That's correct, that's correct.
Sorry, so sidewalk grade in this stretch, so street level grade as you go towards the east as you go.
That's correct. On the north side, it's essentially a floating parking lane, and on the south side, it's buffered.
Any questions? Any questions from the audience? I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the joint petition by the President and Fellows of Harvard College and Harvard Real Estate for the acceptance of pedestrian easements adjacent to Western Avenue in Brighton, located on both sides, generally east of Travis Street, shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, pedestrian easement on Western Avenue in Alston. The one sheet's dated November 16th, 2016.
All in favor?
Aye.
Public hearing item number 7, on a joint petition by the President and Fellows of Harvard College and Harvard Real Estate, Alston Incorporated, for the making of specific repairs within Western Ave, Brighton, located on both sides, generally east of Travis Street, consisting of curb realignment, roadway and sidewalk reconstruction, as well as new and relocated bicycle infrastructure, pedestrian ramps, specialty pavement, street lights, street trees, storm drain infrastructure, and driveway curb cuts. This was new business on December 8th, 2016. This item is as shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Specific Repair, Western Ave, Alston, 3 sheets dated November 17th, 2016.
Thank you, Peter Kohansky for Harvard. Mark, specific repairs that you've heard so much about already.
Yeah, this is probably the most extensive piece of work we're proposing today. One thing I would draw your attention to is that this intersection of Stadium Road and Western Avenue has been revised since the last year in response to comments by Boston Transportation Department. expanded that public area. Other than that, it's the same with the rest of the site. This includes establishment of new lighting. You'll see some of the lighting has double heads. You'll see that elsewhere on the site. So it provides an enhanced level of pedestrian lighting and also additional lighting at crosswalks and bus stops and that sort of thing. So that's something that we've worked with the lighting department to come up with a cohesive plan on. A combination of where we can have them off-street bicycles, cycle tracks, and on-street buffer bike lanes. The paver strip or landscaping strip on the north side of the road is not right where you'd expect it, right on the edge. And that's because we have Boston Water and Sewer's 48-inch water main in the 60 suite. And we have some substantial Verizon and electrical conduits on that side of the street, which are driving the design. Other than that, it's the same vernacular of streetscaping and landscaping and street furniture that we have elsewhere.
Mark, I had a couple of minor changes on the drainage that I withheld until, not withheld, but I would rather have them addressed in the site plan work and not cloud the PIC plans. It won't change the PIC plans at all, so we'll hold it for later, and these will be fine.
Can you put that board down? Academic Way, the intersection of Academic Way, right there. Under these plans, are you putting a stoplight there?
I'm glad you asked.
I know you are wrapping it. You better be wrapping it. But are you putting a stoplight there at this point in time?
We are not putting a stoplight at that time. We are putting the rapid rectangular flashing beacons.
Joe, here's my concern. You are introducing a bicycle path. You just got through telling how your cycle path is going to go through. You are trying to connect the two sides of the campuses, and I'm still at a loss to understand why you feel that there will be sufficient gaps on a two-way roadway that's a major arterial to support both a pedestrian and a cyclist that needs to cross it. So you can manage the situation one of two ways, and I hope you don't manage it when a situation warrants you to manage it. That's all I have to say. Okay? Because things are just not being consistent. You are putting all that cycle traffic to that corridor. Am I correct? And you expect them to get off the bicycle and wait for...
And it's something that we went through extensive review with BTD, and this was the recommendation that was coming out of the signal.
Recommendation of BTD, or was it your recommendation?
We had proposed signals at that location. The concern was that it wasn't ready at this point in time, didn't meet warrants, and that this was an acceptable solution to work with.
Thank you.
Any comments? Here, Tom. Any comments from the audience?
Make a motion to approve the petition, the joint petition by the President and Fellows of Harvard College of Real Estate for the making of specific repairs within Western Avenue, Brighton, located on both sides, generally east of Travis Street, consisting of curb realignment, roadway, and sidewalk reconstruction. As shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division Specific Repair, Western Ave, Alston, 3 sheets dated November 17th, 2016.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
Thank you.
Public hearing item number 8. Public hearing item number 8 on a petition by Bullfinch Congress Holdings LLC for the discontinuance of any and all rights to the travel the public may have had within a portion of Sudbury Street, Public Way, Boston proper, located on its northwesterly side, generally southwest of Congress Street. This was new business on December 8th, 2016. As shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division Highway Discontinuance Plan, 100 Sudbury Street, Boston proper, one sheet dated October 4th, 2016.
Thank you, Commissioner. My name is Tom O'Brien. I'm with the HYM Investment Group. We're part of the Bullfinch Congress Holdings team. I'd like to thank again Amy and Todd for a lot of the work that they've done to help us get here. We're at the next 4 items, so I'm just going to give a really brief intro of the project, and then we're here also with my partner Doug Mans, who represents principally the 4 items, and Dino DeFranzo, who does work with us as well on neighborhood and political issues. So again, thank you very much. We were here just a few weeks ago. You know that this is our first step toward demolishing the big ugly garage known as the Government Center Garage, which we now call Bullfinch Crossing. The building that we're talking about is this first building here, which is a residential building located on the corner closest to where the police station is located. This is, as I said, the first phase of a 6-building effort to redevelop the garage. We've begun already with a series of processes inside the garage to reconfigure it and make it work. And all of the other phases will proceed after we've completed this first phase. So these 4 items really have to do with that first building, that first piece. So I'd like to introduce Doug to take on item number 8 on your agenda.
Good morning, Doug Mans, HYM. This is the first item, the discontinuance, and just to locate, this is Sudbury Street here. Congress Street is here. The A1 District Police Station is here. And then the area that we're talking about, discontinuance, is here running along the outside face of the building here. And we had described it in more detail last week, so I'll pause there to see if there's any new questions or comments.
Questions or comments? No? Amy or Todd?
We're good.
No? Anyone in the audience? Not? I'll entertain the motion.
Make a motion to approve the petition by Bullfinch Congress Holdings LLC for discontinuance of a portion of Sudbury Street, Boston proper. It's described and read into the record by the chair, as shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division, a highway discontinuance plan for 100 Sudbury Street in Boston proper, dated October 4th, 2016.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. So moved. Public hearing item number 9 on a petition by Bullfinch Congress Holdings LLC for the vertical discontinuance of portions of Sudbury Street, Public Way, Boston proper, located on its northwesterly side, generally southwest of Congress Street, vertically above the grade of the sidewalk. This was new business on December 8th, 2016. This item is as shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division, Vertical Discontinuance Plan, 100 Sudbury Street, Boston proper, one sheet dated October 4th, 2016.
Same project, Doug Mans.
This is for the vertical discontinuance. These are 2 small areas. One area is here on the plan, and a second area here. Again, it's part of the building profile along to Sudbury Street. Again, we went through this in more detail at the last meeting, so I'll pause there for any other comments or questions on the vertical discontinuance.
Comments or questions?
Just for the record, the height above the, see the bottom of the discontinuance, what's the height from the street line? Street grade?
Gonna challenge my eyes. Is not sure which plan, John.
10 feet.
10 feet.
It is, okay.
Amy or Todd? Anyone in the audience?
Just a massively slight editorial comment. Since you are referring to this project as Bullfinch Congress Street, it will be good for Howard when you all do these plans to show the Congress Street part also at the intersection of, okay, just put that little leg, because otherwise it's sort of lost.
Yeah, can I just be clear on, so the ownership of the entity, the ownership of the building is Bullfinch Congress Holdings. The name of the project is Bullfinch Crossing. Sorry about that. So it's really not Congress Street as of right now for this project?
It's just their LLC.
Yeah, sorry for the confusion.
No, that's fine.
And just to let you know, we do have an address. It's going to be 100 Sudbury.
Yes, of this building.
I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the petition of Gulf Ridge Holdings for the discontinuance, for the vertical discontinuance of portions of Sudbury Street, Boston proper, located on its northwesterly side, generally southwest of Congress Street, vertically above the grade of the sidewalk, as shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division Vertical Discontinuance Plan, 100 Sudbury Street, Boston proper, one sheet dated October 4th, 2016.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Public hearing item number 10, on a petition by Bullfinch Congress Holdings LLC for the making of specific repairs within Sudbury Street, Boston proper, located on its northwesterly side, generally southwest of Congress Street, consisting of curb realignment, sidewalk reconstruction, as well as new and relocated specialty pavement, street lights, street trees, landscaping, and driveway curb cuts. This was new business on December 8th, 2016. This item is as shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Specific Repair Plan, 100 Sudbury Street, Boston proper, 2 sheets dated October 4th, 2016.
So again, we are Bullfinch Congress Holdings, and these are improvements on Sudbury Street. Doug?
So this deals with, again, the same area, but we start just past the police station, and then the area we're talking about is from there all the way down past the proposed building. We actually go past the existing driveway entrance to Sudbury Street. We actually also reconstruct that. We bring it, we basically taper it before we get to the Congress Street intersection. And we've worked with Amy and Todd as well as other City of Boston departments. We incorporate their comments. And so that's a specific repair. I'm happy to answer any detailed questions.
Tom, sorry.
Yes.
Again, this is for work that is to come in the future, as we have discussed for many years. The intersection of Sudbury, Congress, that's going to be a very nodal pedestrian node. So when your architects are envisioning what that area should look like in the future, you can draw on how the downtown crossing with Millennium Towers, how the surface looks.
Yes.
Because we want to create a huge pedestrian linkage between North Station, Downtown Crossing, South Station. So do design it, impress upon your architects as you have done in the past, today and in the future, to create a pedestrian essence of the full space. That means the roadways, sidewalks, and all the pedestrian amenities.
We fully embrace that, Commissioner. We think it's a great opportunity to make this a much more pedestrian-friendly zone and to carry that all the way across to the east part.
Because the city is doing its little share, and we look to the private sector to complement whatever the little which we can do.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any comments or questions? Any comments from the audience? No. I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion to approve the petition by Bullfinch Congress Holdings LLC for making specific repairs in Sudbury Street, Boston proper, described and read into the record by the chair, shown in the set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division, specific repair plan for 100 Sudbury Street, Boston proper, dated October 4th, 2016.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Public hearing item number 11, on a petition by Bullfinch Congress Holdings LLC for the granting of an earth retention license for the installation of a temporary earth support system within Sudbury Street, Boston proper, located on its northwesterly side, generally southwest of Congress Street. This was new business on December 8th, 2016. This item is as shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Temporary Earth Retention, 100 Sudbury Street, Boston proper, 2 sheets dated October 4th, 2016.
This is the last of our items, Commissioner, and Doug? Go ahead.
So this is the temporary retention system plan. And so again, the footprint of the tower is just here, and we're looking at a temporary support excavation right along the edge of the tower, which will be soldier pile lagging along here. And then we also have some piles that'll be under the hoist and the crane pad, which will be cut down and moved down to the appropriate depths. Happy to answer any questions.
These have been reviewed and approved by Gary Mosher. He has no issues.
Other comments? All right. Comments from the audience? I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the Petition by Bulfinch Congress Holdings LLC for the granting of earth retention system for installation of temporary earth support system within Sudbury Street, Boston proper, located on its northwestern side, as shown on the set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Temporary Earth Retention, 100 Sudbury Street, Boston proper, 2 sheets dated October 4th, 2016.
Second. All in favor? Aye.
So moved.
Commissioners, thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Public hearing item number 12 on a joint petition by Eden Properties LLC and the Home for Aged Women Incorporated for the granting of an earth retention license for the installation of a temporary earth support system within South Huntington Avenue, Roxbury, located on its westerly side, generally north of Evergreen Street. This was new business on December 8th, 2016. This item is as shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Temporary Earth Retention Plan, 221 South Huntington Ave, Jamaica Plain, 3 sheets dated December 2016.
Hi, good morning. My name is Noah Maslin. I'm with Eden Properties. We are partnered with Samuels and Associates on this redevelopment for the historic adaptive reuse of the Goddard House building. We're here this morning to talk about sort of earth retention for the smaller new building at 221 South Huntington. I'm here with Will Nichols and from VHB and Jonathan Patch from McPhail and John Erickson from McPhail. And I'm going to hand it over to Will to talk through the issues we talked about last time and how we've addressed them.
So at the initial hearing, there were a couple comments that came up. One was a concern raised by Ed Hesford. Essentially, there was a concern that an existing electrical manhole would be impacted. So we prepared a small exhibit which essentially highlights that the existing manhole will not be impacted by the temporary earth retention. So the manhole is shown in red here. It's also shown on the drawings as well, on the far right side of the sheet.
No, that was the only...
That was essentially...
Oh, okay.
No, essentially the only comment that came up. There was a...
I thought you had a whole bunch of them.
We don't have many. We did also prepare a locus plan just to orient the commissioners. If you'd like to take a look, I'm happy to walk this up to the commissioners. With that, just going to hand it off to John Patch from McPhail. He's going to talk about some of the details.
We looked at this a while back and approved it. It's all set.
Good morning, my name is John Patch with McPhail Associates. In order to construct a new building which will have a below-grade level, earth retention is required along the South Huntington Avenue side of the project site. So the total excavation depth for the new building will be about 25 feet. We expect about half that depth at least to be within rock, so it's going to be combined soil and rock phase. For the portion of the excavation that's in soil, put the sections up. For the portion of the excavation in soil, we're proposing a drilled-in soldier pile wood-lagging wall with wood lagging in between the soldier piles. Due to the anticipated depth of the soil cut, one level of tiebacks may be required within a portion of that length. If tiebacks are installed, they'll be installed below a depth of the sewer manhole or the sewer line, which runs a little bit deeper in South Huntington Ave. So we've accurately shown the relationship between the proposed tiebacks and the existing sewer plans, and we'll be several feet below that. For the portion of the excavation of rock, there could be, if there's some unstable rock mass, then some rock bolts may be needed to locally shore up the rock to prevent the rock face from sliding into the excavation. Those two would be several feet below the adjacent sewer. Any questions?
I just had a question of my own. When the tiebacks are drilled, they will drill easily through rock, or will they, the they drill straight through rock, or do they tend to deviate? Or?
They can go through either. Here we expect the upper level of the tiebacks to be mostly in soil, but the bond zone, kind of where it gets down deeper, may get into the bedrock. So it's be the same drilling system, and it would just drill into the rock to get the capacity if they needed to.
I had some questions last week, 2 weeks ago, that weren't answered satisfactorily, and discussed it with Gary Mosher, who was okay with the project.
Any comments from the audience?
I'll make a motion to approve the joint petition by Eden Properties LLC and the Home for Aged Women, granting of an retention license on South Huntington Ave, Rock Street, described and read into the record by the chair, shown on the set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division, temporary earth retention plan for 221 South Huntington Ave in Jamaica Plain, dated December 2016.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Public hearing item number 13 on a petition by Exonet Systems for a grant of location with lead company status to install new telecommunication conduit within the following public ways in Boston proper and Roxbury. This was new business on December 8th, 2016. Those locations are Tremont Street at Berkeley Street, Ipswich Street at Charlesgate, east of Charlesgate East, Westland Ave between Hemingway Street and Edgerly Road north of Westland Ave, Hemingway Street at Haviland Street, Parker Street at Huntington Ave. This is as shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Grant of Location Plan, Exonet Systems, Back Bay Expansion, Fenway, proposed conduit installation, 4 sheets dated December 2016.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. For the record, Ricardo Souza from Peninsula Beltai, One International Place, Boston, Massachusetts, here on behalf of the petitioner, Exonet Systems. And also with me today is John Morrison, our engineer from UCS Synergetics. And then way to the left is Paul Thurston, who's project manager for Exonet. And Commissioners, this is a continuing effort to expand our wireless DAS network here in the City of Boston. We are proposing the utilization of 6 existing streetlights for our DAS equipment. One of them is located in the south end, and we have received a certificate of appropriateness from the South End Landmarks District for that one, and the others are located in the Fenway District. At our first hearing 2 weeks ago, there was one node that was actually located on Boylston Street. It was determined that that's on DCR right-of-way, and so we removed that from the plans. Yes, Commissioner Shea.
These are the conduit installation, right?
Yes, this petition, I was just describing the project in general. No, not at all. And this particular petition involves 6 digs involving a total length of 210 feet of digging for the installation of our conduit. And
is it the micro trenching, or are you?
It is not. Each of these are less than 125 feet. In fact, the longest one is 79 feet.
On which street?
That one is, yes, I do. That is node 80, and it is on, if you could bear with me.
These are the Edgerly.
Yes, Edgerly and Westland Ave.
Edgerly, that's right. So our previous node that we did remove did have micro trenching. However, that one has been removed. And these plans have, in fact, been approved by Boston Water and Sewer as well.
Just a note for you, we have a major project on Hemingway Street that's ongoing right now, so that'll have to be coordinated. We're in the same street, at the same location. Your dig is a lot smaller than ours, so it won't even be noticed at the end, but just so you'll know, there'll be a contractor out there.
Okay, we appreciate that. Thank you, Commissioner Shea.
Other questions or comments? Andrew Todd, comments from the audience? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the petition by Exonet Systems for grants of location with lead company status to install new telecommunication conduits within a number of streets in Boston proper and Roxbury that were read into the chair and described, and is shown on the set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division, grant of location plan for Exonet Systems for their Back Bay expansion project, 4 sheets and dated December 2016.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Public hearing item number 14. On a petition by Exonet Systems for a grant of location to install new telecommunication infrastructure on replacement city street light poles within the following public ways in Boston proper and Roxbury. This was new business on December 8th, 2016. Tremont Street on its northwesterly side, northeast of Berkeley Street. Ipswich Street on its southerly side, east of Charles Gate East. Westland Ave on its northerly side between Hemingway Street and Edgerly Road. Edgerly Road on its easterly side, north of Westland Ave. Hemingway Street on its westerly side across from Haviland Street. Parker Street on its northwesterly side, southwest of Huntington Ave. Boylston Street on its northerly side between Charles Gate East and Ipswich Street / Hemingway Street. This is as shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division Grant of Location Plan, Exonet Systems Back Bay Expansion Fenway, proposed streetlight nodes, 8 sheets dated December 2016.
Good morning again, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners. This is our companion petition for the utilization of the existing streetlights. Each of these structures does in fact utilize a City of Boston streetlight pursuant to our franchise agreement. And we are utilizing the pre-approved design whereby we're replacing the pole and placing our equipment in a new base, which is consistent with the design that's been approved by this commission, and that's also included in the franchise agreements as well. And that design has also been approved by the South End Landmarks District Commission for one of the nodes in the South End, and by the Fenway Civic Association. We worked with them as well on the approval for this design, and with the Mayor's Office for Neighborhood Services.
So the location in front of the Museum of Fine Arts has had some sort of a dialogue with, I don't know who the appropriate agencies are. Who might they be, and who did you talk to?
So we spoke to the Fenway Civic Association about that particular node. I'm not aware of anybody else that would have jurisdiction necessarily.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
You mentioned this, but they signed off on both the location and the design. Is that right? Both south
Location
end.
and design, that's right. We give them essentially the same node plans that we provided to this commission, and we work with them. They meet as a committee, and in fact, with respect to these nodes, we actually walked the neighborhood with them. Yes.
Any questions or comments?
Just that the Boylston Street one is also withdrawn on this action.
Right.
So it's not on the...
Correct, yeah. That's
We removed it from
DCR
the plan.
property, so it's being withdrawn from this set.
That's right.
Any comments from the audience? I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion on the petition by Exonet Systems for a grant of location to install new telecommunication infrastructure on replacement city streetlight poles within public ways in Boston proper and Roxbury, as read in by the chair, as shown on, and also as shown on a set of plans entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division Grant of Location Plan, Exonet Systems Back Bay Expansion, Fenway, proposed streetlight nodes, 8 sheets dated December 2016.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
Thank you, Commissioners. Happy holidays. Thanks, Amy.
Public hearing item number 15. On a petition by Light Tower Fiber Networks for a grant of location with lead company status and no participants to install new telecommunication conduit within the intersection of Alfred Street and Dexter Street in Charlestown. This was new business, December 8th, 2016. This item is as shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department, Engineering Division, Grant of Location, Alfred Street at Dexter Street, Charlestown, one sheet dated December 8th, 2016.
Good morning, Commissioners. Dino DeFranzo with Light Tower. I'm also here with Herb Bertoni. He's the Light Tower engineer. One thing I did want to mention from last week, from the new business hearing 2 weeks ago, the commission had made a request for micro trenching. That's all set. Sent the plans over to Amy and Todd, and that's how the project will be done. I will turn it over to Herb Bertoni, the engineer on the project.
Morning. This request is for bringing new service into the trailer for the casino. It's 390 feet of micro trench. It's 2 1/2-inch conduits from an existing handhole to the trailer.
Completely unrelated. Your main system, because you have a water crossing over the Alfred Street Bridge, how do you get your system from that side of Alfred Street to, from the Everett side to Boston side? Do you have it? If you don't know the answer, that's fine. Just let us know, because we are concerned about all the telecommunications crossings through that water. And if you are planning this stuff on that side, we would like to know how you are getting that signal back to your light tower system on the Boston side.
Sean Ailes is on vacation, so Herb's filling in for him. I'll get the detailed information from Sean, and I will send it over to you folks next week.
Thank you.
Other questions or comments? Okay. Thank you, John. Questions from the audience, comments from the audience? All right, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the petition by Light Tower Fiber Networks for a granite location with lead company status and no participants to install new telecommunications conduit within the intersection of Alfred Street and Dexter Street in Charlestown, shown on a plan entitled City of Boston Public Works Department Engineering Division, granted location plan for Alfred Street at Dexter Street in Charlestown, dated December 8th, 2016.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Public hearing item number 16 on a petition by the City of Boston Public Improvement Commission for the adoption of a city policy concerning the acceptable conventions and approval procedures for street naming and renaming and square dedications. This was new business on December 8th, 2016. John.
Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, my name is Chung Liu. I'm the legal counsel for this board. About 2 weeks ago, we brought to your attention a revision of a street naming and renaming and the square dedication to policy. Let me just recap the background from the new business. We adopted this policy, this board adopted this policy about 5 years ago in 2010, 2011. In the last 5 years, a lot of issues come up, and chief among them are what about the street name change for the street without any qualified abutters, and also the square to dedication, what kind of process we should go through. We hear from the community, different city to agency. We streamline. We made some planning. We consolidate to streamline the process to answer the question raised for new business. For the street without any qualified abutters, the PIC has sole jurisdiction to make the change, to make the name change. For square dedication, we believe is a community process. If we should refer to the mayor's office of neighborhood services, and if the square dedication has impact on the public travel, public to safety, we will refer to PSC as a regular process for wayfinding approval. I'm here to answer any two questions along with engineers from the commission. If you have any two questions, we'll be more than happy to answer them.
Thanks so much, Sean.
I'm sorry, I just had one question about the qualified abutters. I'm sure this has been thought out. It's from experience that we've had before with condo associations. It lists a qualified abutter as someone on a parcel with a street address. And if you have a three-decker that's been converted to 3 condos, and is that one address where all 3 people have to, because they're all property owners?
So the way that our voting had worked in the past is that within the condo association, so like those 3, they are gonna vote, and then the majority of that vote is the vote for the parcel.
So, even though that I understand that, a majority, do we care what a majority is? Because...
So so you mean if there's 4 abutters?
Yeah.
No. I mean, like...
I guess that's not a majority, that's 50%.
Right.
That
so
happens.
like, I think that we state majority, the notion that we've found with all of these is that 3 is typically the number that we find in a condo association that's not a larger building where the building is essentially voting.
It could be 6, 10, 40.
Yeah.
So one building, even if it has 40 condos, that's one vote.
Right, but all of the qualified abutters are everybody who owns and has an address, and then their votes are compiled, and our vote will come from their condo board.
I think that agree with this. I think that should be made very specific. I know it's gonna come up.
Okay.
Because we have so many of them in the city.
It has, Commissioner Steve, it has come up in the past, but the way we have managed is exactly as how Amy has articulated. Because the argument is, let's assume a street that has just two properties. One is a 100-story building with 100 people, and the other. And we looked at all the permutations of how Boston can translate to, and
It's great when it's put in writing.
Yeah, no, I agree, but yes, that's how it works, is that they'll vote as one parcel together, but their votes will be counted to make up the vote of the condo.
And again, since this is the public hearing, just want to put it on the record that staff is responding to a request by the commission, and
Yes.
thank you.
I think it's great that we have these.
Yes, yeah, no, I agree, and I think that a simple
Yes.
sentence added right into that will get us there.
Great.
I reviewed this with Gary Mosher after after the Utsu hearing, and he had 3 minor comments, all on page 3 of one of his first was, I guess, dealt with the potential for new streets or streets without abutters, where it says proposed name change, he would have the proposed name or name change.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
On item number D, all he did was relocate, he repositioned the petitioners of the proposed name change must bear the cost. I think it reads the same either way, so I defer to
Okay.
council.
That's not a problem.
And on item D, sub 4, he wanted some inclusion of the notification of utilities. He thought that might be appropriate.
Okay, that's excellent point. We'll find a way to incorporate your comments, Commissioner.
Aside from that, would be fine.
Okay.
Any other comments? Any comments from the audience? I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the petition by the City of Boston Public Improvement Commission for the adoption of a city policy concerning the acceptable conventions and approval procedures for street naming, renaming, and square dedications with the necessary changes that have been requested by members of the board.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. So moved.
Thank you.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Merry Christmas.